Hello Aries, and welcome to your January 2023 reading. Spirit, let's see what's going on for Aries this month. First month of 2023. So exciting. I don't know about you, but I can't wait. I know it's only 2 days away, but I don't care. Because what's today? No, 2 days, 3 days, whatever away. It's today, 29th. 29th of December as I'm filming. So let's check out your cards. I wonder what that's about. Interesting. Okay, check it out. First up, we have the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. I said that really fast. Say everything fast, but extra fast there. Next, we have the Ten of Cups. Love it. Then we have the Three of Swords. Wonder what this guy's about. We'll find out soon enough. So, Ace of Pentacles, what I'm feeling is you got something new coming in at the beginning of the month. You're coming into the month with some kind of new offer, new idea, new concept, new relationship, new job, new opportunity coming to you, which, loving that. As we go through the month, you're in Ten of Cups energy, which is like perfection. Perfect life, happy home, happy family, happy, happy, joy, joy. This is like feeling so freaking good. Right? So whatever this Ace of Pentacles is, it's turning into something really good. By the end of the month, once we're coming out of January, moving into February, we have the Three of Swords. Normally, this is a card about sorrow, heartbreak, disappointment, and it's being a little bit sad. So there are other meanings to this. So I want to see what comes out in the, in the Oracle cards to see what this is about. This could be getting over heartbreak, sorrow, whatnot, but I would think that would be before the Ten of Cups. It could be something around creativity and coming up with ideas, but we'll see what comes out in the cards. So let's get them. Let's get them and find out what the heck is going on. Because I'm telling you, Ace of Pentacles followed by Ten of Cups, those cards are just too darn good to end on a sour note. No, we don't want that. And if it's not looking good, we got to figure out how to change that. How do you circumvent? How do you navigate it, right? That's what tarot does. That's what tarot does. I preach it. I say, you know what? I'm not here to give you all the answers. Tarot is not like, this is going to happen. Okay, some people read like that, but I don't. What I get is, here's the energy around it, and here's what's possible. And if you don't like what's possible, what can we do to change that, right? That's what my readings are about. 2 more cards. Pay attention there, lady. Busy talking, not paying attention. So, 1 card, 2 more. 1 more. Can't count. Oh man, I'm so messed up. I'm telling you, it's nighttime when I'm filming, and I usually film in the day, like morning when I'm fresh, and my brain is working and everything. I'm like, oh, I'm going to film tonight. And then I was like, that's probably not a good idea. Although I shouldn't say that because the readings have been really good. So maybe there's something to it. All right, let's take a look at what's going on. Oh, okay. Oh, alrighty. No, I better leave those on. I'll probably need them. Okay, cards that came out under the Ace of Pentacles. The first one is Condor. You're too enmeshed in this situation, so step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking action. Interesting. And the next card that came out is Music for Manifesting. To manifest rapidly, think of your desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. So this new thing, this idea, this opportunity that's come in, it's like, it's something that's really close to you. It's something that you've already got your finger on the pulse. You've already got your hand in the cookie jar. You're like all over this kind of thing, right? So it's saying you best take a look at this and make sure you're seeing everything you need to see in this situation before you make any decisions. Now I'm seeing why the Three of Swords might pop up, is if you're not looking at the big picture. We'll come there too, but that's good advice at the end of the month, or at the beginning of the month as we're coming into January. And the Music for Manifesting, yeah, it's giving you specific directions on how to manifest, right? So what this says to me is, listen, if you are given instructions, if you are given a booklet, if you are given a handout, if you are given some resources to research or whatever around whatever this opportunity is, do it. Do your due diligence, right? You're being told how to do something. You're being told that you need to do something or what to do in order to make this flow in the best possible way. So where this is saying, play music to manifest and you'll manifest. Well, if you don't play music, you're not going to manifest. Do you see what I'm saying? Pay attention to the instructions and the advice you're being given around this situation in order for it to flow the way it should. Look from a higher perspective as well. I think there's going to be a few bits and pieces that are really important around this situation that you really need to pay attention to. The 10 of Cups, like I said, yeah, great, fantastic, happy life, perfection. So you're feeling really good about this. The cards that came out, we have Sacred Fool, and then we have Communication. It's, I'm feeling almost like, how do I put this? You don't follow the directions. You don't heed the warnings. You don't read the fine print or whatever. I think it's almost like the communication piece is, it's going to sound really awful. Like it's not that someone's trying to pull the wool over your eyes, but they're not helping point out the obvious. They're not helping point, or even not obvious. They're not saying, well, yeah, well, remember we gave you that instruction manual so you could see how this thing works. They're not checking, they're not following up to see, did you actually look at it and understand what you're getting into? They don't care. Not that they don't care, but they just assume you did your due diligence. They're like, oh, okay, cool, sign on the dotted line. And then after the fact, it's like, oh, I didn't look at that. Well, you know, there you go. So it's feeling good and it's looking good initially, but by the end of the month, I think this is where things start to pop up with this Three of Swords. So the first card that came out is Activated Earth, and it says power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. So with this, again, this is going back to if your 10 of Cups start to spill over, if it's not working out properly, this is why we have the Three of Swords, like, oh shit, it's not turning out the way it's supposed to. Well, go back to your instruction book. Go back to what you were told and go, oh shit, okay, yeah, we're going to go back and we're going to revisit and we're going to rework and redo or whatever. It feels like you get a do-over if things don't go the way they should right from the get-go. But like I said, remember this information that came up. Remember how the month starts, right? Whatever you're given to do, you do. Do your due diligence so that you don't have to have a do-over at the end of the month, right? So the second card that came out under the Three of Swords is, through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. So prayer and meditation to me translates to reading the instructions. And then you can see how things will start to flow the way they should. That ripple effect of, oh, now that I've done this, this is the next part that's happening. Oh, and now it's domino effect kind of thing. In order for this to flow in the way it should have right from the beginning. So where that Three of Swords could be a tricky thing, it's all about how you handle this at the beginning of the month, right? It's going to dictate what that Three of Swords looks like. It may not even pop up and you skip the Three of Swords and go right to the 10 of Cups. Like you just go to you go to 10 of Cups and it doesn't continue on to Three of Swords. You skip that altogether and things just work out. So for that reason, even though we haven't drilled down yet, I'm looking after the Three of Swords, what comes next. If you have to do a redo, okay? Seven of Swords, you've learned your lesson. Strategy, right? Thinking, planning, executing. So that lesson gets learned. Okay, so that's good. That makes me feel good. I was a little worried about that one. Not gonna lie. But it's looking good now that I've pulled that extra card. So what do we want to look at? I'm going to look at the Ace of Pentacles. There is so much emphasis on how you start the month that I think it's important for us to look at that. So let's get our 3 cards, and then I'll get a couple of tarot cards as well to further clarify, but we're going to see what oracle cards come up first. And first, my friends, what do we got? Come here. Is that 1 or 2? These cards are so thick. Sometimes I get 2 or 1 and it feels like 2. Okay. What do we got? Okay, so Ace of Pentacles. This is our opportunity, right? This is one you got to look at the big picture, follow the instructions kind of thing. So, the 3 cards that came out. Oh, you got 2. See? Oh, extra cards everywhere. All right. 4 cards. The first one that came out is Platypus. Stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. Well, I think this is kind of a sign of you're given the instruction booklet and you're like, oh, why do I have to read that? Do I really need to look at the fine print? Do I have to do this research? It's like, yes, you do. And do it with a smile on your face, because it's going to help circumvent some tears and bullshit down the road, right? Then we got Octopus, and it says practice shape shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. This is almost a fake it till you make it. If you are feeling like, oh, I don't want to do that, put on a costume, put on the hat of, okay, I'm Inspector Gadget. I'm going to go, I'm going to dig, I'm going to figure stuff out. I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm going to do what I have to do, even if I have to put on a disguise to make me feel like I'm now a detective. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's step into the persona of the person you need to be to get it done, is what I'm getting from that. And then the next card is Empathic Starseed. It says energetic sovereignty and absorbing what's not yours. Oh, interesting. So, as you are doing your due diligence, as you're going through, I think because you're not, remember how I said fake it till you make it, right? Take on the persona of whoever it is you need to be to get that due diligence done. At the same time, make sure you're careful that you don't play that role so well that you actually become that person, or you come across as that person to everyone you meet walking down the street. There are the people that you meet each day. That's me street. Anyway, couldn't help it. It's so like, I'm like, oh, don't sing it. And it came out. But anyway, so point being, what was it? Yeah, don't absorbing other people's shit. That's because as you are in this persona, it's almost too fake. I know fake it till you make it. I said to do that. I get it. I'll own that. But not to the point where all of a sudden now you are just completely that person. It's like, no, be yourself as well. You need to have that balance in there somehow. And the next card is Focus on the Light. So this is shining a light into the dark corners to make sure you see everything that's in there, right? I was talking about due diligence with this offer. That's exactly what this is. Leave no stone unturned. It's really important for you to do that because you don't want to miss anything. If you miss something, this is when you have the potential of that 3 of Swords energy popping up at the end of the month, right? Because you haven't done it. And we do not want that. And I had 3 cards fall out, and they are beautiful cards. Check this out. First one up, 3 of Cups. This is celebrating. This is a party. This is things happening. This is you working your light. This is you working your magic. This is you working the room. This is you working those communication skills and really getting involved with whoever else is involved in this project, this thing, this relationship. What you're getting out of it is the Empress. You're moving into the Empress energy, which is growth, expansion, fertility. It's a beautiful, lovely energy, very maternal. It's like, okay, this sort of role that you take on to get the job done. There's a lot of caring for other people here with these 2 cards. This is you. You know what this is? You know what this is? This is you becoming too invested personally in the people in this situation. Not that you don't want to come across as like cold-hearted or anything, but this little mama bear card, this Empress card, this very motherly energy, you're there to help, you're there to guide, you're feeling it with these people, but it's almost like you take it to the extreme. And unfortunately, in this situation, it's not going to work. That could blow up in your face. But the last card that came out is the Star card, which is a good one. And it's under focus on the light. What is it that you want to do? You want to get everything out of the darkness into the light. You want to, like I said, no stone unturned, right? This is what's going to send you towards what it is that you want. The Star card is about hopes, dreams, wishes kind of thing. It's the Wish card. Dreams coming true. It's also long term. If you want this thing, if you want to see this through to the end, if you want this to be a long-term thing, then be mindful as you play the role of Empress. Okay, as you step into the role of Empress, making things grow, checking everything, making sure everything's good, everyone's good, everything's tickety-boo, that's a good thing. And you need that right now, but you don't want to overplay that role. And that's really important, because I think that could detract? Is that the right word? Detract, right? I think so. Anyway, we'll use it. It's a word now anyway, if it's not. It could detract from the path that you need to be on and the work that you need to do in order to have this Ace of Pentacles opportunity flow with joy and ease, which is ultimately what you want. Avoiding that Three of Swords, doing the work ahead of time, doing your due diligence, and dotting the I's, crossing the T's, all that stuff. That's what's going to get you where you need to go and where you want to go. It's wherever you want to go with this, right? Up to you. But clearly, there's a lot of potential, especially with that Ten of Cups. Like, as a potential outcome, if we can circumvent that Three of Swords, the Ten of Cups becomes your outcome, right? And rather only have to do it the first time around and not need a do-over, right? So, your advice cards. We have patterns. Interesting. Now, let's talk about that now. The patterns part is saying when you're doing your due diligence, when you're going through that process in the Ace of Pentacles, watch for patterns, right? Because I think as you're trying to sort things out and figure stuff out, look from the higher perspective. When you're the condor and you're getting that bigger picture, the bird's eye view, it'll be easier for you to see patterns. Out of the patterns could emerge something that will give you a heads up on what this could be. If you don't look at it from that bird's eye view and you don't see those patterns happening, then you're probably not going to be able to circumvent that Three of Swords energy. That's what I'm getting from the patterns piece. The next card says consult an expert. More information is needed. Contact someone with expertise in this area. Pull in the pros if you need to. If you don't think you can figure this out alone, like, say you have to sign a contract, well, get a lawyer, right? Read it, look through it, and then find the parts that aren't making sense to you. Get clarity. Don't just blindly sign the contract, because guess where it's going to take you? Fucking Three of Swords, right? You don't want that. We're trying to circumvent it. So yeah, pull in an expert if you need to. Absolutely. All hands on deck, man. Do it. Do it up, because you're going to have a lot that you have to go through to figure out. And then the last card is the presence of love will always cast out fear. Put a smile on your face. I said that to, I think I just said that to Pisces or Aquarius. I can't remember who. But, I mean, it's good advice, right? You're going to be seeing the patterns. We're looking for patterns, okay? Patterns could even be synchronicities. I will even throw that in there. Signs and synchronicities. But, looking for patterns, bring in the pros. Whatever comes up, remember what it is that you're going for. What it is that you're going after. It's the Ace of Pentacles, right? That pentacle is what's at the end of the road, right? It's the dream. It's the star that you're reaching for. So as you're going through this, remember that. And when you're going at anything from that feeling and that energy coming out of your heart space. That's the love flowing, right? And this is the kind of energy you want to be in no matter what. It looks like there aren't going to be bumps in the road. It's bumps at the end of the road, only if you don't do what is going to serve you best in this situation. And it looks like you got the people you need. And if you don't, you pull them in. So there you go. Alrighty. Good reading. Potential outcome really good too. I think if you can circumvent this Three of Swords energy right before you get to that 10 of Cups, and you know that you have done everything you need to, you have followed all the instructions and the directions and advice you've been given, I think you'll find that you do quite well. And remember, even if there's a glitch and you got to do a do-over, the strategy, the thoughts, the plans, this is how you're going to get there, right? And that may not happen till February, but regardless, you're going to have yourself a hell of a good experience and lay a good foundation in January. So good luck with everything. I hope it all goes well the first time. So we're going to leave it there. And until I see you next time, much love and light, health and wellness, peace and prosperity. Take care, Aries. Bye.